I'm Kassidy Hill, joined by Jeff here at the Fiserv Forum. We're about still 3.5 hours away before tip-off for the Wisconsin Badgers versus Colgate. You cover this team all year. Do they have what it takes to make a long run here in the playoffs, starting here on the first weekend?
I think they're capable of getting to the Final Four. I don't expect them to lose tonight. I think they're better than Colgate, especially if they just play solid ball. But if you look at some of the surprises in this tournament, I mean, I don't know that there's any team, maybe Arizona, that you can say that team can't be beaten on a given night. And Wisconsin has shown throughout the year, whether it's in Vegas at the Maui Invitational, where they won back-to-back games, or en route to a Big Ten title, that they are capable of playing at a high level and beating almost anybody in the country.
They do come into tonight as a number 3 seed. They're favored, of course, but is it fair to say that this team goes as Johnny Davis goes? And if that's the case, what does he have to bring tonight to make sure that they're not an upset?
Well, there's been some games where he has not played well and they've survived, but not in postseason play. He was 3-19 against Michigan State in the Big Ten tournament, and that was a big problem in that game that they lost by 6. He's practiced all week. He's healthy, so I think that's good for Wisconsin. Now, I don't think Colgate has any one defender with athletic ability and length to really harass him. So I'm curious to see how much they can squeeze the gaps and keep him from dominating. I think he should be able to get to the rim tonight against these guys just because he's faced more physical, more athletic defenses. The key for him will be just don't force too many shots. If it's not there, kick it to your teammates and trust them.
Kicking it to the teammates is going to probably be key to this game because Colgate comes in as one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. Does Wisconsin need to match them out on the edge with that, or can they still rely on sort of pushing it inside?
Wisconsin has done a great job this year defending the three-point line in terms of running guys off the three-point line. They don't give up a lot of threes per game. I think, and one of the things that should help them is they can switch. Pretty much everybody can switch on the perimeter. So if they give up a lot of either easy drives or drive and kicks to open three-point shooters, that means they're not defending as well as they're capable. I think they should be able to run Colgate off the line, and then the question will be, how does Colgate counter that? What do they do?
This could essentially be a home game tonight for Wisconsin. Yes,
it will be.
It already could. That's a good point. It already feels like it. In fact, there were a lot of Wisconsin fans in there during the first session cheering against Purdue, so that was fun. How much can that help in a tournament like this?
Should they need it tonight, a home court edge against Colgate? No. But they've talked about the last time they played Milwaukee was at the Bradley Center. This building wasn't, built then, but it was 2014. They won easily in the first round, but then they played Oregon in the second round and needed to come back from a double-digit deficit to win that game. And they've said, we do not win that game without our home crowd. And I would expect it to be a similar atmosphere for tonight and if they win on Sunday.
So let's say we're sitting here tonight. I'm going to throw 2 hypothetical scenarios at you. We're sitting here later tonight, close to midnight probably by the time this game is done. Wisconsin is 1-1 big, cruise through this. What did it take to do that?
For them to win big, I mean, they've played 18 games out of their 31 have been decided by 6 points or fewer. So if they win big, that means they did a tremendous job on defense, and Colgate couldn't stop Wisconsin offense. I would expect if Wisconsin wins, I'd be surprised I just don't see them blowing them out because Colgate is so well coached. And especially if Colgate does hit some threes early. But if Wisconsin wins big, that means they played really well, and Colgate could not score from the three-point line.
Okay, let's say Wisconsin lost, that Colgate emerges out of tonight as the Cinderella. What went into it?
To me, that would be Wisconsin's defense couldn't get their guys off the three-point line, and Wisconsin just missed a bunch of shots. There have been some games, for example, Iowa yesterday in their first-round loss, 6 of 29 from three-point range. Completely uncharacteristic. That's why they lost their first-round game. It would take something like that, in my opinion, for Wisconsin if they just throw a brick after brick after brick and can't defend the three-point line.
Is there any other keys to we focus so much on Johnny Davis and on Colgate's three-point shooting, but is there another aspect of this game, a key to this game, that is sort of getting pushed to the wayside?
Yeah, one guy to watch for Wisconsin would be how does Tyler Wall play on offense? He's been posting up teams effectively all season, and what teams in the Big Ten did at the end of the year was they put their center on him and put their four-man on Wisconsin center Stephen Krall. Now, Colgate has 2 guys who are about 6'10", 240-ish, 250-ish. They're big, they're burly. But if that's the matchup they want to go and put those guys on Tyler Wall, In my opinion, he will be too quick for them, either driving or down in the post, and he will take advantage of that matchup.
Final predictions?
I would say Wisconsin, I'll say by 8 to 10 points.
By 8 to 10 points. Okay. Well, whatever happens, we will be there to cover it for you all on JS Online. Make sure you stick to JS Online and Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel for full coverage as Wisconsin takes on Colgate. Tip-off at 8:50 here in Milwaukee. Thanks so much. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
You're good.
All right, good. Thanks.